Oh, the new president? Okay, sure. I think the new president, he's a little bit different than previous. He's unique, but he could have some flaws and some good things. I think it goes both ways. I'm not the biggest politic guy, but I think he's just trying to do stuff kind of with a more wild approach. And honestly, I didn't really get too into it, but he's just trying things out in a real wild way. But I don't know if he's the good or the worst, you know, but I think it's kind of just in the mix, but it's really different.
Well, I don't have many strong opinions on him. I like him. I think fits the job. I think just because he's not been in politics for his whole life doesn't mean that he can't do as good as anyone else. I like his ideas, I like his values, so.
I like President Trump. I think that he does what he says he's going to do, and I think that he really wants to get back to the heart of the American people.
Oh, what'd you go first? You know what, to be honest, I was surprised. Way back when he first was going to do it, I thought, oh, it's just a joke. We, as Americans, were fed up with things, and people are putting him out there to show just how tired we are of politics. I was shocked when he was actually elected, but I honestly didn't feel like we had a good choice. It was a no-win situation. She wasn't good, he wasn't good. It's really sad where we've come as far as leadership in America.
I'm not a fan. This is where I don't want to say a whole lot, but unqualified, unprepared, I think a little over his head, in over his head. Certainly you want to support whoever's there as the president and hope for the best, but in too many situations he's demonstrated he is not ready for this.
And I think for me, I was also equally surprised that he won. I was very glad that he won, though, because for me, I felt like the other candidate really would have been a disastrous choice for the United States of America. And I also felt like I felt excited about somebody who wasn't a politician actually being in charge, and that there could be new possibilities for our nation.
I don't like him. I hate him. He's not a very good president.
He racist.
Yeah, he's really racist. He took away Obamacare, which the people who voted for him had, so I don't know why they would do that, but overall I just don't like him. I don't think he's fit to be president.
I think he's like a lot of presidents that we have. You're always going to have people for and against it, so it's kind of really doesn't even matter at this point. I think the biggest thing is that the people can't stand together to support regardless of what president we have.
I support Donald Trump because he's a change in normal politics. He's a breath of fresh air because he's a businessman and he loves America. He's got the experience and I think the decision-making capability that a lot of politicians lack. They're always looking over their shoulder trying to make someone happy, or they're being paid off, or they're being bribed, or they're in collusion or blackmailed. He doesn't have those problems. He can buy and sell all of them.
I think that you don't ever agree with anybody 100%, but he has a lot of attributes that I think make him a great president. I think that he's started to correct some things that I think that we were heading in the wrong direction, and he's turning them around. I don't think he's had time to do everything that he needs to do, but in time I believe he'll do those things.
He's really like loud mouth, which I guess is okay, freedom of speech, but I think he should just be a little bit more nicer, you know, not be too aggressive.
Well, yeah, sometimes it's hard to like him because you kind of think of him as a snobby billionaire or rich guy, but I've just come to like him. I don't know if there's a ton of things that I don't like about him.
You know, I do think in a way it isn't business as usual. The other politicians, our other elected officials don't know how to act, and I think things are being shooken up a little bit, so I kind of like that. I think that the way we were doing things wasn't working. What I don't like, which I'm not sure that's him that I don't like. I don't like the way that the news is doing such a one-sided slant on things. I'm so tired of the media, probably more than I am of the politicians and the way they portray things, so I'm not sure we're even getting an honest portrayal of what's going on, which I guess isn't really what he's doing, but that's a frustration I have as an American.
I think he should give back the health care. That's number one. I think he should just resign overall. He's nobody likes him. Like nobody likes him. So I just feel like he should resign. That's all he could do for us at this point is just resign.
He bulldozes his way through his business dealings, so I suspect that's what he'll carry into the presidency. And there's a plus to that though also, in that he's not going to be run over by people that think they're stronger than he is, meaning normal politicians who all they do is talk.
His unawareness of the health care in this country, completely unprepared for just what was involved there and what needed to be done or needs to be done still.
I like that he's blunt. It's been a while since somebody's been able to tell it like it is, regardless if he's incorrect politically. He still tells it like it is, and I think that's forgivable. Not everybody has the common courtesy, to skirt around people's feelings, and sometimes people need to hear the truth and all its rawness.